and welcome back to the Natalie and
Dennis show. Oh my God.
Here's the thing.
That alone cannot throw you off that bad.
It throws me off. You have to say
way.
Dennis, then we say show, then we say podcast. My goodness. Anyways, we'll never get it right. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing? What? Should we start over?
No, not at all. No, I'm happy. Like everything's good. Everything is back to normal. David's here, which is good. I don't have to focus on changing the cameras.
Everybody's here. Peso Prima's in the house.
I had time to script this video. Everything seems to have aligned to today. Like I'm just very happy with the way things are. And so today's episode is very different. It's episode 18. It's all about motivation. I feel like sometimes we all lack motivation. We all get hit with that action paralysis.
Oh my gosh, I know about that.
Sometimes when we're at our lowest, we stay low and it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah. Actually, I was just talking to David about this because prior to starting the podcast, we had a little bit of time to chat. And I was just telling him how negative I've been this whole week. It's been a really hard week for me because we just got back from work and actually from vacation. Yeah. So it's like the first
But the vacation was kind of work.
Yeah, the vacation was work and it was awesome. But this week has just been like a lot. And today's Friday and I'm just feeling a little burnt. And like, I just want to cry. That's where I'm at. But we got a really cute comment. I posted on the Natalie and Dennis Show Instagram, and Elianis puts, "I'm dying for today's episode. LOL. This podcast is what I look forward to when I'm done with my shift." And I feel like this is why we do what we do. Like it really motivated me again.
I think comments are a big part of all podcasts.
Yeah.
We've been contemplating doing something special for, starting up a members kind of thing where we dedicate like 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, still like the nitty gritty of it, still like under work, whatever, but just full on responding to comments. There's so much more in depth we can go into motivation, for example, which is today's episode, and it just doesn't fit into the hour,
Yeah.
And there's so much we forget about, there's going to be comments about motivation that I would love to talk about, right? But we can't even find the time in the next episode, right? So we're considering doing, ultra special members only videos. We're just thinking about it. How do you feel about that, Natalie?
Let us know what you guys think. I think it's kind of cute. Like, I think that we already have a community going on and it would be really interesting to like dive deeper into, certain questions that we get asked. And a lot of the times I feel like because we're filming every Friday, we don't really get around to that. So anyways, just let us know if that's interesting. If not, then also let us know, of course.
So believe it or not, today I actually wanted to start with a super random fact because we always leave these towards the end of every video.
Yeah.
I have two and I'm going to throw you in with one. And this is going to actually lead us into motivation. Right?
But before we start with that, I'm going to throw something on you. I was thinking to myself this morning, I was like, a lot of people don't know certain things, obviously, about like Dennis or myself. So let me give you a random ass fact about Dennis. Remember I told you I wanted to start the episode like this?
Yeah.
Because this is weird. I don't know why Dennis does this. Every night when we're asleep, right? Like it's time for bed. The lights are just kind of dim. And Dennis will do this thing where he's sleeping with his eyes open.
It's so creepy. And the thing is, like, I'm not sleeping. I'm just super pensive of like the day. And so I'll be in bed and I'll be just like this. Like, put the camera on me, Levy. I'd just be like... and I'll just stare at like the ceiling.
I'm just like sleeping. Once in a while, I'll open my eyes and I just catch this man like staring off into space. I'm like, handsome, close your eyes. And he's like, oh yeah.
And then I'll close them. Like I need you to tell me to close them for me to realize. But in the moment I know that they're open. But the room is so dark. It's like weird. I close. It's very odd. It happens
every night. So there's a random fact about Dennis.
I had one for you and I forgot it.
I know.
You kind of caught me off guard. Tell me. I had told you what it was.
It was about my laser experience and how that's changed my life as a hairy girl.
Yeah, you're yapping all day, every day about your laser.
God, it's the best thing I've ever done. Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, my legs have never been so smooth. And because I have really thick, coarse hair, like now I don't have to plan my whole week around what I'm going to wear if I'm just like in the mood. It's the best thing. I shave once every 3 weeks now, guys. You know how that is.
I can't imagine how life-changing that is. It's like, I'm trying to think of something in my routine that I have to do often that if I just like eliminated would make my life so much easier. LASIK for my eyes would probably be huge, but I've seen so many negative things about LASIK. I'm like afraid.
And you know what? I just feel like I kind of like glasses. Like they're like a statement piece. It's an accessory.
You can just wear magnet, whatever.
I don't know why I don't want to give that one up. And then should we say one about David? Like a random fact about him?
Random fact about David.
Anything that comes up?
And you got one? You were just talking to him.
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of something like really random about him that we've noticed or something like that.
I mean, he's super into rock climbing right now.
He is super into rock climbing.
Is that a random fact?
Yeah, I guess that's a random fact.
Okay, David's super into rock climbing. He's doing V6s.
Yeah.
Doing V5s. He's in his element when he goes rock climbing. That's really great.
Nice.
All right. So today's about motivation. But what happens if you're not motivated? You stay stagnant, right? Today, I learned, believe it or not, that many animals spend much of their time doing nothing, right? Even those we think of as particularly busy. So if you look at a colony of ants or bees or any social insect, right? They actually spend a lot of time just sitting there, And when you really think about it, like what does a dog do during the day? There's not a lot of input going into the brain. It's more of like just chill, right? And so a lot of people talk about how we as humans don't do nothing enough, right? We just kind of like are always active.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Like my schedule is always booked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to be very conscious to be like, let me just rest. And I don't feel like that's in my personality. Tell me.
Is
it going up and down for you guys?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. What do you look at?
I'm just waiting for more. I'm waiting for more. Like it was good, but like, okay, I'll riff off of that then.
Sure.
So yes.
No, because David looks at me. He looked at me for a moment also. Like he went like this and then you look at me. It's like something's on my face.
Is everything good, David?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay. David, what do you think about people doing nothing? Do you have an opinion on that?
I think everyone have different...
That's okay. Keep going.
Put your camera.
You got this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. I think everyone's have like
a different way of being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people like do nothing.
Yeah.
That's it.
I kind of wish I was more like that. Like I genuinely wish I could just chill out for a bit, but I can't. Like how many times have you seen me at night when you're playing? Like I feel like I need to be doing something.
Yeah.
Is your eye twitching, honey?
No, not at all.
Oh.
What?
You just something like...
Is it me?
That's a reason.
Is it you, Natalie?
I think it's you.
But I don't feel it. And then wait.
That's a reason I moved.
Oh, and then I see Dennis's eyes like twitching over there.
Okay, no, wait. Let's keep going with the random fact. So humans in most traditional societies actually do nothing, right? They literally sit there and do nothing. A lot of other countries, I think the US is very like hustle mentality, do more, work more.
Literally.
And so
can I mention how when we went to Spain?
Yes, go ahead.
Europe, it's like I literally would ask Dennis, I was like, what are all these people doing? When do they work?
Yeah.
Because people are getting croissants. They're really enjoying their life.
Yeah, they're just being leisurely.
Yeah, that made me want to move to like Europe. And I'm like, maybe I'm being influenced wrong. I don't know.
So there is a term of doing nothing. But for us, it takes a lot of effort and it's meditation. And so meditation is like the act of doing nothing, thinking of kind of like nothing, just kind of being sedentary. And a lot of people have a lot of difficulty doing meditation.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this quote. I think it's called Dolce de Niente. It's oh no, this is the one because when I heard this, it changed my life a little bit. This is from the movie Eat, Pray, Love. It's called Dolce far niente. It's the sweetness of doing nothing. Nothing. Italians, they proclaim that they are masters of it. So basically, it's a leisurely enjoyment of literally just enjoying your life and romanticizing carefree days.
Why do we feel like we always have to be doing something?
It must be society. I don't know. This is a problem I have. Like, how many times have I talked to my life coach about this? I literally don't feel good enough unless I'm doing something. If I don't do anything in a day, I don't feel good about myself.
So the reason why I wanted to pick this, fact is because it's totally contrary to what I'm going to say, which is we need to stay motivated. And so like it's hard to pinpoint how much motivation is the right amount, when to step back, when to set limits. We've talked about our 5 o'clock limit, and like sometimes we just blow past it, right? Yeah. And so when are we satisfied? And I feel like it's been a long time since, like, I'm constantly showering you with compliments. Natalie, I'm so proud of you. Natalie, you did so good. But I rarely feel like you're actually proud of yourself.
Yeah, I'm not, which is why my life coach makes me do celebrations. And we started doing that. Like today, we ended our meeting, right? Every Friday, Dennis and I sit down, we schedule our week. And I told you, I was like, I'm not proud of this week. I said, I didn't do enough.
And you posted and you did so much.
I said, I feel like we should be doing better. I was very upset in that moment. I was like, I look at my week and like next week is just full of stuff. And no, we didn't do enough. Like we need to change some stuff, you know? And that's how I felt. I don't know though. Is that a bad thing? Like I
think it is. I think we need to give each other more leeway. We're trying really hard sometimes.
That fucking wasn't me.
That was me.
It's been Dennis all along.
No, that was me.
He's the throat slurper. No, you know what's interesting with that is David and me were talking about the law of attraction. Because I used to practice the law of attraction, right? And I stopped doing it because I felt as though I literally could attract anything. Like it was scary. Yeah, it was. And you're never satisfied as a human being. You always want more and more and more. And so,
isn't that like setting goals though?
But the thing is with the law of attraction, like things would come to me.
Isn't that a good thing?
Once I started looking at like the biblical religious element of it, I realized that no, I shouldn't be the master of my own life. That really shouldn't be me because I don't know what's best for me.
Religion is weird because,
and that's why I still dabble with it.
And I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's all about, I think, minimizing yourself and raising someone else, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you should be the master of your own life because at the end of the day, you control your life, right? And you control your own destiny and stuff.
But think about it. As a human being, we always want more.
Yeah.
And
we're never content.
More isn't always better. Sometimes isn't it better to just be content?
No, I don't think.
You think you should always
I think you should be happy with what you have, but you should always keep nourishing your brain and stuff and like try new things.
Well, I remember when I stopped doing the law of attraction and I kind of looked into, I have a whole episode on this with Janine Amapola. I was on her podcast about like spiritual welfare and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. You can make a story time right now.
Not that be throwing me into hot water. No, I've never wanted to open up about this because it makes me feel like I'm a loopy person. But I did open up with Janine because she made me feel like I had a safe space. And because the thing is, I'll get into it just a little bit if that's okay.
Of course. I mean, go ahead.
Okay. So the law of attraction, basically what it is you're pinning pictures and you are really focusing hard on them. And you're saying this will happen in my life. So for example, when I started YouTube, I switched the numbers to 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And I would focus on this so hard. Like I would imagine people subscribing. It's like that. No, I know.
Yeah.
And so I was doing this. And basically what they say is this is like witchcraft is what the Bible and religious things say, right? And I did reach that in a very short amount of time. You know what the scary thing about all this is too? Because I would literally pin people and I was like, I'm going to meet Michelle Phan. And then I would fucking meet her next week. I'm going to do this, all this stuff. It would happen. The scary thing about all of this is that when I stopped doing it, my channel fucking flunked. Like it started flunking. Like I literally started seeing everything go away because I stopped focusing on all of this. I know you think I'm crazy.
No. I'm trying to listen to it.
I feel bad.
I think of it from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
So can I just say, I feel like I think it's bullshit, but in connection though,
I believe
in connection though, just listen.
You believe me?
Just listen.
Yeah, you believe you.
Please give me just a moment.
Yeah, no. Okay.
It aligns your thoughts to go towards one goal, right? And when I see it that way, it's like, of course you're going to reach your goal because it's on your mind consistently because you're being reminded by your pictures to move towards it, right? And so every action that you're taking, you subsequently get to closer to that goal. Now, if you want to believe that it's like
But some things would just land
like
so crazy.
a negative energy that's taking you there, and it's not like God that's taking you there, then that's more like on your kind of mindset. You're believing that, right? But I could see it where I can change my mindset and be like, I'm working towards that, and I don't feel like there's any exterior power, whether it be good or negative, that is leading me to that. That's just like my perspective.
Totally. And I respect that. I don't know how to explain what I went through.
I know that there's more to it. I know that there was like a little bit like of demonicness feeling that you were getting from that. I know that it goes beyond that. So maybe the next episode could be all about manifestation and stuff like that, if you're inclined to do that, because I know that you have so much to say, right? I'm
so scared of that episode, though. I cannot lie, because it does deal with like spirituality, and I think that's a little scary.
And I think it's
oh my God, Bobby. Seriously?
And I think it's totally fine, because then I can speak from my perspective. Now that I think about it, and I called it all bullshit, I think that that's wrong, right? I'm going to take that back, because that was a little bit harsh for me. But at the same time, my mind kind of works that way. And so like, I think that there's logical solutions to things, but okay.
Well, I guess
I really want to leave that for a full episode, because I know that there's so much content in there.
Well, I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, first of all. And second of all, I don't know if I'm ready to talk about them.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, we can do something in-depth, kind of like the ADHD video, where you speak from experience.
Yeah.
And whenever you're ready,
Yeah. I feel so dumb, but like seriously.
No, because we all feel stuff. I mean, I'm not, if David thinks he saw a ghost, like that's how he feels, right? He saw like something.
I just want to add, finally, the last thing I don't like about the law of attraction is that it really does say that you attract everything you believe, even the bad.
Yes.
So as a human being, it's hard to control your thoughts. And so oftentimes I felt like, I can't think about that. But then I thought about something bad. And then I was always scared.
You psych yourself into things. That's the thing. So me and Debbie play a lot of Call of Duty, right? And so like recently, like a thing in Call of Duty is you get like a nuke, right? It's like when you get 30 kills, right? And as I got closer to the goal, I was like at 24 or 25. I started getting scared. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm not going to make it. Right. And then you start playing worse the closer you get to your goal, because you start psyching yourself out, and you're like, no. Like this isn't happening. Like I'm not getting that close to my goal. Yeah. It's not real. Right.
So you start playing different.
You start playing different, and you start like fucking up things you normally wouldn't mess up. And that happens in all sports. Like if you're going to take that final shot, you cannot think about missing it. You cannot, because then you will miss it. You have to 100% believe that it'll happen. And it's in our own brains of that doubt, like that doubt, like I'm not the man, I'm not him, I'm not the one to do that. You can't have that mindset.
I do wish I was more positive though, but because I stopped doing, like I literally lost a part of myself. I felt. Because I used to be so heavy on the law of attraction.
And I want to tell you that I believe that, our channel probably suffered from you, because that mentality side of you, that I don't want to say hustle, because it's not hustle, but like positive. I see it as a positive thing. Outlook on the channel kind of went away. And so like, what is really propelling you anymore?
Creía que lo iba a lograr y lo logró.
Yeah.
What is the name in English? I don't know.
Yeah, you reached your goal.
I reached my goal, and then
but you didn't make it bigger. You just kind of stayed, right? Mm-hmm. No, but you did. You reached 1 million. You actually got to 8. But like, but that was beyond that.
And I was never like, and that's still not good enough. You see what I mean? Like as a human being, we're always going to want more.
I think it's good enough, but it's just about improvement. So okay. We have to push ourselves, motivate ourselves to get farther. And actually, my next fact actually fits into this spot too. So I'm going to go into it. So there was a band called Sublime. We've all probably heard Sublime at some point. And they had an album called 40 Ounces to Freedom. And it was recorded in secrecy at the studios in California State University. The lead singer would remember that they would actually sneak into a recording studio at 5 a.m, hide from security, and managed to get $30,000 of studio time for free. Wow. Because they snuck in and did it like at night.
Dang.
And so motivation, they really, really wanted it. They didn't have the money, but they went about it in a way where they actually completed what they needed to do.
But like, what is the definition of motivation? Because I don't think motivation really exists.
Tell me.
Because, for example, I'm motivated to go to the gym. Bullshit. Not every day. I have to be disciplined to go to the gym. I will go and, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I don't give 100%. Sometimes I go and I give 50%. But okay, I showed up. So like, really, what is motivation? Because it's so lingering.
So we recently went on vacation.
Yeah.
After the vacation, you had an influencer trip. And so I dealt with a lack of motivation working from here while you were there.
I didn't know that.
It was hard. And so, for example, I had to do this thing for Frame.io, which is like this app that we did. And I really put it off. And it sucks, right? So it's motivation. It's an internal thing. And I feel like a lot of us suffer from lack of motivation when we see that others are relaxing, when other people are not working full on. I feel like we're always comparing, like, oh, they're not motivated. It gives me leeway to not be as motivated. It's hard. And just like someone can motivate you, a lot of people can demotivate you, you know? How have you managed, and how have we managed, because we as a couple, to stay motivated and to continue to do what we do?
I personally think motivation, for me, it comes out of emotions. Either it's anger. That's a weird one, right? But sometimes I'm angry and I'm motivated. So I'll give you an example. When I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't making any money, obviously, right? And then I had this family member who will not be named. We've always had issues with each other. And her mom bragged to my mom that she was now making money. And I was like, wait, what? How? She didn't really post consistently. It didn't really make sense. But supposedly she made her first $100, right? And I remember that night just being like so angry at the fact that like she had, what's the word? I don't even know how to like go with this story, but can you help me out here?
No,
feeling like
I
a brain
understand.
fart.
So you were upset about something.
Yeah.
And it motivated you to go harder at what you were doing.
Yes, because I knew it wasn't real what they were saying. She no way she made $100 just posting one video that didn't even get, you know, because I had already done it for 6 months.
You're in it. So, you know, you can tell a fib.
But my mom came up to me and she's like, wait, you can make money? Why haven't you made money yet? And I was like, no, I'm not monetizing right now because I want people to just like subscribe and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that motivated me. Anger motivates me. Also just like, I think family and like I think, man, am I motivated by anger? Shit. I don't know. Like, for example, sometimes David, he'll like finish a route before me and rock climbing, right? Yeah. And like, I'll feel like this anger and then I will go up and I will finish it too. But it's like, why didn't I do that the first time? Why do I wait until something gets done for me to like motivate myself to actually try? You know what I mean? Maybe I don't try enough.
Could you have done it prior to the anger?
That's what I'm saying.
Like the same route?
I feel like I'm not in my mindset to where that happens.
So what are you motivated to do now? Right now? Like, what is your motivation?
Product.
Okay. And are you angry?
Yes. I'm angry that I didn't get started sooner.
And that's motivating you.
Yeah.
But why you kind of started sooner?
Yeah. Why can't I start it sooner?
Why you not start tomorrow or
because I was
Monday?
No, I did start. I finally started. But it took me getting angry, I guess, to start. I don't like that.
So
this feels all about me, guys. I'm not liking it.
No, it's fine. Would you be as productive without me?
No.
What do I bring to the table that motivates you? Take your time.
I'm thinking.
I've been watching a lot of podcasts and a lot of people actually have kind of quiet moments like this. I feel like we always try to fill up every moment of every second of the podcast. And, you know, sometimes we might come out with like bullshit answers just because we want to
I want to think
it.
About it.
Yeah, and I want you to think about it.
So why does having you motivate me?
Yeah. Just like I...
Oh my God.
Just like I didn't have you, and I was unmotivated to work while you were on your influencer trip. Why do I motivate you?
You know, I don't like to feel like everything's just on my shoulders. So when I used to just work myself, it was very overwhelming. But also like that also motivated me because I knew nobody else was going to get it done other than myself. So I only had myself to rely on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like sometimes having a team hinders me a little because I expect too much of someone. And like, I don't ever feel like people meet my expectations. I have really high expectations. And I feel like everyone that I work with, like, kind of leaves
disappointment.
Yeah. After I'm done working with them.
But I think it's like,
it might just be my personality. Like I remember one time this random guy that I hired, worst hire of my life, by the way. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh my God. I remember he said something to me and he was like, damn, Natalie, I've heard you're like really tough to work for. Or he said something really like, was it like that?
Exactly as he said it. It's really hard to work for you, I've heard.
Yeah. And I was like, what do you say to that? You know, I feel like it put me in a, oh, by the way, he said it in front of like the team that I had just hired.
Yeah. First of all, I'm like, I think like, who said that to him?
No, so it was my cousin, Caroline, which I've never worked with her, but apparently someone
told her.
She had heard through someone that I was very difficult to work for. So he said that and I felt very offended. I didn't say anything to him. I was like, I guess that's how it is. You know, like what was I supposed to say? But I remember leaving and telling you, I was like, why would he put me on the spot like that? And
that's unprofessional.
And that's why he was the worst hire of my life. No, just kidding. Yeah. No, but yeah, I am like this. This is the way that I am. I work really hard. I'm very type A. I expect a lot from people. And that's why sometimes it is a little concerning that we work together because I feel like you're more laid back. You're more, relaxed. However, I do feel like you felt that pressure now that the podcast is your thing. Like, well, you'll have moments where you kind of like
make it work. I mean, we haven't failed, right?
I was going to say something different.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say you have moments where me and David will look at each other and you're having a little bitch fit,
Okay.
And that's okay. But then I realize I've been in his position and it's so nice that I get to relax, but like I've always been the person it's felt like, oh my God, I don't like this. This feels like a therapy session and it's not like.
No, continue.
I don't want to talk about me. Can we move on to, I would like to throw the camera at you or at David because I feel like I'm just.
Okay, I mean, you're welcome to ask me.
It's good, Natalie. You desestresa.
You guys are so nice, but no.
You're welcome to ask me about motivation.
Yeah.
The topic is motivation, but
yeah, okay.
I mean, I have so many more questions. Like I can keep hitting you with more.
I do want to know from you.
Yeah.
Why do you work with me? Because you have a career that you can do. And yet you basically like sacrifice that to work here with me.
Because I found success in doing this.
But like, what is success for you?
Qué buena pregunta. That was nice question. Bro,
so
nice.
Like, the thing is, our channel is interesting because it's Natalie's outlet. It is you, right? I feel like you're a little tour guide going up this hypothetical mountain. And I'm like helping you along the way. I feel like a lot of people who win, like, I don't know, Tour de France or whatever, like Lance Armstrong was a part of a team, but you didn't know that. You just knew that Lance Armstrong won, And so I like being that Robin to your Batman. Mm-hmm. And maybe I don't take all the glory or whatever, but I'm good at doing what I do for the channel. And it's changed throughout time. Like prank videos, like I would come up with the pranks and then like they were successful. And like, I was like, oh shit, 100 million people watched the video that I came up with. Like, that's so cool. I don't have my stamp on it, but like I know for a fact, like 6 out of 10 pranks are mine. And that makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. So why am I working with you? Well, first of all, I like the job. I prefer to do this over any other job. And I feel like I'm good at it. And I like working my creative muscles in my brain. And I feel like a lot of that wouldn't be able to be done with my degree. Not that I did the wrong degree, but I think I don't align with my degree anymore. I think we sometimes phase away from things that we might be good at in pursuit of something else that we're better at, or like feel like we can fit into a better mold into.
Do you think that you will ever regret not doing what you studied?
No, not at all. No regrets, none whatsoever. I feel so proud of what we've accomplished here, right? Maybe I would be proud of what I accomplished over there. Maybe I would have just been a peon working in a lab, just doing nothing and not accomplishing anything, you know? I don't know what I could have done. Maybe I would have just some useless job pipetting. I mentioned pipetting before, but like maybe that's the extent of my work. It's kind of sad, actually.
Do you think there would be anything that if, like, let's say, I know this is really morbid, but I want to ask this question.
Tell me.
Because I fear us working together sometimes.
Okay.
If this were to end in divorce, do you think it would be worth it?
What do you mean?
If we were to get so overwhelmed by all this and our relationship gets so complicated in so many different layers, and we were to get a divorce.
Just stop. No, I would set parameters. Like,
okay. Shit.
Yeah, like let's say like we hit a wall where we're starting to fight like every time, or we hit a wall where the D word is being thrown around more often, you know, then you have to be like, okay, if this is headed in that way, then we need to like cool it. I think if you let it get to that and you never stopped and you just kept going and like you just let it tumble all the way to it, then you preferred the work over the relationship. I think like the success.
Yeah. That's a great answer.
I think you definitely need to start like gauging it. Like it's kind of like a car, like the fuel gauge. Like if it's getting close to empty, you got to fill it up. Like you have to be very careful with the way that it's going.
Yeah. I ask because I feel like a lot of really successful entrepreneurs have like no one, like their significant other by their side. A lot of them.
You know, but presidents have that very successful partner.
But I only say it because sometimes I feel like I go to that extremity where I am that person where I want to do it all. And sometimes I will push past that. You know what I mean? So like, it is nice that you bring me back and you're like, hey, Natalie, like, let's have a date night or you don't even do that. Let's be honest.
Well, yesterday, no, it's not like that. But like yesterday we were really upset. And so like I dropped anything that I had for that evening and I was like, you know, let's watch a movie. Let's do this. Let's list out your issues. You mentioned the list.
But can I ask you something for real?
Okay. Did
you really do that for me? Or did you do that because Juan is in Colombia?
No. So I think he actually still played yesterday.
I just want to make sure.
Well, no, I actually did it. Like I first of all, I was watching basketball and you came and sat next to me and watched with me.
Yeah.
And then we transitioned over to a movie. Like the movie was fine. Right.
You know what? For a second, I just forgot we were recording. Can we go back to the script? Because I feel like I'm throwing you under the bus and I don't want to be doing that on the podcast.
Well, anyways.
Because I had a moment where you looked at me and you're like,
no, well, I was offended that you asked
exactly, and that makes sense.
It bothered me.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be honest, because then you believe that my good intentions come out of the lack of something else or because my plans were changed.
Yeah, and I felt that yesterday. I just didn't vocalize it.
Well, I
wish I had seen it that way. Yeah.
And I've taken times where I don't do anything that I wanted to do to be or hang out with you, you know, to try to correct something. But if you're thinking that it's always secondhanded, then it's not going to work.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you felt that way, then like the nice thing I did, which was like hang out with you yesterday and watch a movie, then it's useless.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Cause you know, I struggle with the idea of like, this is my favorite thing that we're currently doing. I love the podcast and I love working with you and everything. Yeah. However, I struggle with the idea of like, I wonder if
You're looking at our sign.
I don't know. I struggle with the idea of like, if we make this bigger, is it good for us? I don't know why I think that.
I think it's great.
I keep thinking about like recently I was watching Aspen Ovard's video and she was talking about how she regrets putting her kids online.
Yeah.
And like you would never know that until you've done that. And years have passed by.
And you're regretting putting me online? Am I your child?
No, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like
Tell me.
Like what would it look like if you had a normal job and when we saw each other, it would just be
I wouldn't
like,
be here right now. I'd be at work, Natalie.
I recognize that. Yeah. And that's why I'm thinking there's such a luxury.
Natalie, there's times that you are really like not good. And then you say, I'm really thankful that we work together because you can understand what I'm going through. Right? If I wasn't working this job with you and I was working at a CVS being a pharmacist and I came home and you're like, you won't believe what happened like this. I'm not going to comprehend the magnitude of your issue. Do you understand?
Yeah.
At the same time, maybe me comprehending your issue and maybe not finding a solution for you is also bothering you. Because then you're like, if he knows how messed up my brain is right now and he's not trying to find a way to correct it, then that's on him because he's not finding my solution. Right? Yeah. But then you're relying on me. At the same time, maybe you need to come to your own solutions.
Yeah. No, I feel really grateful to have you.
Have you ever been hit with action paralysis?
Yeah, all the time. But can we throw this question over to somebody else? I feel like it's just been Natalie on the air. We could throw it to you or to David.
No, yeah, totally. I mean,
I don't feel like you struggle with that. I've never seen you struggle with that. David, do you struggle with that? Like parálisis de acción. Como que usted no puede hacer nada por susto. You know what I mean?
No, I never have. Oh, okay. When I start school in Rhode Island, sometimes I just
Rhode Island. Iceland es un país. Is Islanda.
Okay, when I start speak English, I don't want to talk with anybody because I feel like laughing to me.
I'm so proud of you. It's not easy to learn a language, but even more to speak it. I'm serious. I feel like you're doing really great. And me and might believe me, but you really are. Like no, seriously, because I was learning Japanese and I had this moment where I wanted to speak to this person in Japanese and I fucking forgot everything.
No, it's really hard.
And it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You forget everything.
You forget everything.
Yeah, happened to me sometimes.
But okay, that's kind of weird because, well, the action paralysis, right, is when you stop yourself from taking an action. Right.
Oh, wow. That happens to me all the time too, though.
But that's not procrastinating. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. So
like, this will be good for you, but you do not do it.
But that's procrastinating as well.
So then what's action paralysis?
Action paralysis would be like you are so overwhelmed.
Oh my God, that happens
by so many things that you don't do anything. And that's not procrastinating because procrastinating is I'm lazy. I'm not doing this because I don't want to. It's not that other feeling. It's totally different feelings. Do you understand? ¿Me entendió David un poquito o no?
Procrastinar.
Procrastinar es, por ejemplo, usted tiene como lo que hizo Christian, por ejemplo, con los trastes. Okay. Right? He had to wash dishes and he didn't do it. He's procrastinating. But that's not action paralysis. Action paralysis is like, tiene tantas cosas que no hacen nada. Okay, eso es action paralysis.
I understand that.
I will say I experienced that twice this week. Okay. Where I felt like I needed to do so many things. But this was in the afternoon, right? And a part of me was like, Natalie, you should just rest. But then another part was like, no, I have so much I have to do. So what did I do? I ordered pizza. I watched a movie and I ate like 5 cheese sticks and my stomach hurt.
That was good solution.
Natalie, look. Let me tell you something, Natalie. And let me really try to explain it as best as I can.
You don't have to. Like, you don't have to walk on eggshells.
No. It's not about hurting your feelings.
Oh, okay.
It's about me properly putting into words what I believe. Let's say there's a task and you're so worried about completing it. At the end of the day, yesterday with your whole pizza ordeal, did you solve the worry that you had? No.
I still have it for today.
Yes, right? But you held that worry, I think, past work hours. And it like really, I want to stop swearing because I feel like it's fucking up with our, I swore, with our views or whatever. I actually believe that. Anyways, it is messing with your afternoons and it's making them worse. Do you believe that? Like, and then there's no point in holding that fear or that feeling if it's not going to solve anything. Do you understand?
Yes, I totally understand. But then how do I take action?
You have to wait till the next day to work.
No, this isn't working for me.
You don't think?
Sometimes,
so you're going to work past work hours?
No, I'm just saying sometimes life can feel too much. Like this week just felt like too much. Too much to the point, and I hate this, but like I was telling you, I was like, I can never be a mom. I literally told you that. I told you because I said, I'm so overwhelmed by everything that I have. I can't imagine one more human being into all this. Like, I don't got this together.
I think it's possible to have. Yeah, I think
if you continue and think like that,
I know
maybe
I'm not thinking
you never
positively. Yeah. I know I'm thinking really
Natalie,
negatively.
you used to have only YouTube, and now you have TikTok, Instagram, podcast, product. You have,
but I saw proof for us guys because you están en muchas plataformas. You understand me? Sometimes just creators saying.
If I were to tell the old you how much you're doing now, you think it's impossible. Do you get what I'm saying? Like back then, YouTube was your everything, and like that was enough to take up your whole time.
It was,
and now you are doing 8 times more, 9 times more. And yet you're still accomplishing it within the same, there's only 24 hours in a day. Like you're still accomplishing the same. If anything, you're working within a more constrained time. You're working from when we wake up to when you stop work. Mm-hmm. And you used to work every day.
I'm not even doing YouTube that much anymore. That's the other sad thing.
So I know.
You don't have
then
all
you're
the
being kind of negative. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm trying to say that
what I'm saying is
you keep adding more to your plate and you are accomplishing it. And then like if you add another thing which is like a child, I think it's doable.
Really? I hope so.
I mean, you have to kind of wait to see it play out. You know?
The thing is I don't want that because I don't want to be a bad mom.
What do you mean? Who said bad mom?
Like if I keep the schedule that I have now, I'm never going to be able to see my child.
Everybody works.
I just don't think I can give them time.
What is time?
Let's go back to motivation.
No. No, usted me entiende, David, lo que le trato de decir. Everybody works. Not everybody can see their children 24 hours of the day. It's a luxury and it's like a rich person thing to spend every moment of your day with your child and 100% focus your attention on them. Everybody works. So everybody is going to sacrifice time with their kids at some point or another. And that's not like, we're not special. Like we're going to have to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that might bother you, but like, it's a reality of life. Unless you have some bomb ass product that's going to sell itself and like you stop posting, then you can't, I mean, people take breaks. I think Karina took a break and she spent time with her child, right? So there's influencers that take breaks when they have kids.
But that's the other thing. I don't want to take a break. Like it makes me mad that as a woman, you have to take a break.
I'm not.
No. I know you're not. Listen, this isn't against you.
I understand Natalie.
I'm talking about the system, for example.
But you just made it seem like you wanted a break.
No. I don't want a break. I want to do what I love and I want to have a child and be able.
You have to split yourself into 2 people. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
Or just do vlogs with your kid.
No, I don't want that. If there's one thing that I am really considering is not showing my kid on the internet. I really am. I've seen, like, seriously, it's very interesting now. Anyways, sorry,
I think
guys.
I actually,
so morbid.
This kind of leads into.
I want to ask something.
Go for it.
Go.
In a life, no es moment like you are free. Like, tiene que haber un momento en la vida donde uno esté libre, que no haya necesidad de... Pues, ¿ya me entienden? Como la libertad de la vida, algún momento sí va a estar. You understand what I'm saying? No sé si me expliqué bien.
Go for it again.
Like,
No. I think I kind of get it,
Sí.
but just try it again. Try it again to see if I.
Okay. Try in English or in Spanish?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll translate it.
I will
And then-
give my best try in English, okay?
Go.
Okay.
Mhm.
In a moment in life, you're totally free. Like, tú don't need... Como que nunca vas a necesitar hacer nada para que seas totalmente libre en la vida. ¿Sí me entiendes?
Are you saying that is there a moment like that, or
there will be.
will there be?
Sí.
There will be a time
Oh,
when
you're
there
saying that
is-
there will be.
Yeah.
Como que nunca... Ya.
Will there be a time?
Que va a haber o que
O no.
puede que haya.
Uno
o-
nace para siempre trabajar y hacer algo en la vida. Uno no podría ser libre.
No, you can't
No,
think.
sí.
No.
You have
Hold
to
on,
work.
hold on.
Uno tiene que ser libre.
It's life.
Yeah, that's
But
life.
here's the thing. No. I know what David's saying, and I want to believe that that's true. I really do. Remember when I went to your grandparents' farm?
Yeah, Natalie.
They just lived.
They're
To
being
live.
sustained by their kids.
Exactly. So then, but my thing is then, is that really not possible
No
for
one
us to live?
has the freedom to just live and not work.
I think we do. If we were to sell this house and go to another country, not here, obviously it's very expensive here. We could have that luxury, but we're not going to choose that life.
If we really wanted to, if you did not want to work, for example, and
but
like,
I do want to work.
okay,
guys.
no, yeah, but we're putting out this figurative thing. We would rent this house. All our other houses are rented, and we would just live in a shack. And then, you don't gotta work. You got a fucking shack. That's it. Literally. If you really want to, I mean, it's attainable. But do you want to live in that way?
Or you can buy a farm and have your gallinas and have everything and
But it's
okay.
okay.
Esa es mi pequeña
Unless
granja.
you have some
Yeah.
source of revenue coming in so that when we're in our shack, we can buy food, it's unattainable. If we buy a van and we live the van lifestyle, we need to buy gas. We still need to buy food. Where is the money? So through work and through business, you may attain freedom, but the freedom isn't promised to you from birth unless you happen to be born into a very lucky lifestyle.
Or maybe we just ask too much of life. Next question.
Damn,
Solamente
episode
fluimos.
18 getting wild. Okay, so we kind of mentioned the whole family vlogs, and I find that to be creepy.
Do you though?
I think I've come to a point where vlogging needs to, I think people who vlog need to make it a little bit more meticulous and need to be a little bit more programmed.
Mm-hmm.
It can be seen as creepy.
Yeah, I can.
What are traits in a person that you find creepy?
Creepy. Like
Like
scares
just
me.
off-putting. Like a trait that that guy is kind of giving me weird vibes,
I think anybody that can only see their point of view creeps me out a little.
Ooh, good. Very
You know
good.
what I mean?
What does that mean?
Like they only think
¿Creepy o lo que ella respondió?
No, I know what is creepy, but what she say?
Like they can't see any other perspective.
Oh,
They can only see their own and they think they're right. And no matter
yeah.
what, like they're not self-aware because they are not able to see other people's perspectives. Like I think in life that's so important, regardless of what you believe in. Like you have to be able to hear other people. But if you're instantly like, you know what I mean? Like just,
I got you.
I think that's really creepy. That scares me because people like, damn, you walk around thinking you know everything. I think that's, yeah.
So
What about you guys?
I think creepy for me is people with very intense looks.
What do you mean?
You can, for me, creepy is in the eyes. for me, creepy is like people got some psychotic eyes.
So tell me, any example of psychotic eyes
Psychotic eyes.
Sometimes you can read a person just with a face and
with their face?
Yeah.
But like, give me an example. of someone like
When you
that.
look at me, for example, and I have some other stuff prepared, but like when you look at me, what feelings do you get?
psychotic.
What do you think of when you think of me? Or if you were to just see me, like, what do you think?
You look very like endearing and kind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you see David, what do you think?
Very easygoing and fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
David, when you look at me, what do you think?
I think he's like athletic guy.
I think gay.
No, my face. Not athletic. Not my physical traits.
Your face
como,
like
como yo como persona. Like, what do you...
very deep person.
Y de Natalie, si usted la mira, como que piensa de ella.
Very sweet person.
But so is there any, okay, and this might not, whatever, I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes,
had a lot of moments like that
sometimes I feel like, oh, and I know why this is. It all makes sense. Okay, people with really light eyes, like crystal blue eyes,
like huskies,
they give me the creeps. And I'll explain to you why. My first grade teacher was a mean lady, and she had crystal white eyes. She was mean, where she would pick kids up physically and put them down. Can you believe that?
and a principal that used to do that.
That is scary. That's why those eyes give me the creeps. They're like this crystal, and they're beautiful, but they're creepy.
So if I had blue eyes, it would scare you.
Like crystal blue.
Mm.
I don't feel like a lot of people have blue eyes.
So I have a tip for you people listening. It has to do with the creepiness, right? So people who ask you a question, this goes on with the creepy. People who ask you a question and then just stare at you without any follow-up after you answer them, right?
Ooh.
So every time I talk to a big boss or a CEO of a workplace, they'll ask me a really simple question like, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Ew. Like, why are you looking at me?
And
like
when
that?
I say, I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Ew.
I just get this confused stare in return, right? And so it just says, you want them to say something, but they don't, right?
Oh.
So this goes into business, all right? It's a power move
I know someone like this.
by the boss, right? So it's used as a tactic to get people to volunteer information that they otherwise themselves wouldn't say. It's weird. So you feel uncomfortable and you feel like you have to fill that space with more.
That's so manipulative. And whoever does that, that's not a good person.
So it's a tactic that's actually used by therapists during therapies to get their clients to speak up more.
Okay. So when I got diagnosed with my ADHD, remember I told you I didn't like that lady
Yeah.
because that's what she did to me. And it felt very invasive.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Whereas my life coach is so different. She's like gentle. She like follows up. But like this lady was just like, it was too much.
I think it's supposed to be like that.
But you feel like you're naked and it's not fun.
Yeah. So this is also a tactic that's commonly used by law enforcement to get people to, say things during interrogations. So yeah, they use the power of creepy for more. Other ones are standing too close when you back away. So you might back away during a conversation and then get another step closer. That's creepy.
That's very creepy.
And then firm handshakes that aren't released.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go through a firm handshake right now?
Aren't released.
You want to make, okay, let's get this handshake going.
What do you mean that aren't released?
Handshake.
What the fuck? Let go of me, you freak. Then you kick him in the balls. Interesting.
How are you feeling?
I feel sad.
Why?
I don't know. I'm feeling really overwhelmed right now.
Still, you feel
Yeah.
it? You're expressing it.
Yeah. I just want to, I don't know.
What do you want? Well, you're about to say something.
Well, this isn't going to solve anything, but I want ice cream.
Why? So yesterday you got pizza and now you're resorting to ice cream. Why?
I used to be a fat child. What can I do? I feel like my emotions are linked. Maybe I'm a nervous eater. I don't know.
It's so interesting.
It fills a void.
I mean, you said that you didn't want this to be like therapy or anything, but it kind of became it.
Yeah, sorry everybody listening.
No, I mean,
I just don't
good
like how
entertainment.
negative I am. God damn it. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like negative.
Debbie, how have your emotions been recently?
¿Cómo mis emociones están razonables?
No, recientemente, ¿cómo han estado sus emociones?
Okay. Sometimes I feel so like, because I live in all my life in Colombia. I just moved here. It feels so different. Other life, make a new start. It's hard, but it's a new start. I be expected for everything and be expected for receive anything, and I'm happy and just love my life.
Aww.
Rate your
That's so nice.
Rate your, I don't want to say life, but like your emotional state from 1 to 10 right now.
Oh, Baba.
I want to know. And I feel
6.
like I got to do this now because even like just walking around our house, you might not be as open as you are with me right now.
6.
Okay. That'd be how, from 1 to 10, state of emotion.
8. 8.
And you?
And you, yeah.
I would say I'm like at a 9 or an 8. Yeah.
Damn, must be good to be a man.
How? Oh,
and not have hormones.
No, that has nothing to do with it. So now I'm going to ask you a follow-up of how can I make you feel better?
Oh my God, I don't know. This is what you work out with a life coach. Like, I don't have the answer. You know? I don't know. I think maybe it's just this week was hard. Maybe next week I won't be working so hard.
You
can think like that because every other week, the next week be hard.
I was gonna say that
you need like enfocarse en el presente.
Yeah,
you live today and you worry tomorrow.
Live today, worry tomorrow. Yeah.
Como viva el presente y ya el futuro va a ser como más fácil.
We've talked about how I'm more present and you're more like
in the future.
3 months in advance.
Yeah.
I can't pull you back, but
yeah,
it's important to know where our minds are.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I have no more fun facts. Sadly, I use them all up in the video. Be sure to rate and subscribe and, and tell us how you felt.
Thoughts. Yeah, I think that's the most interesting thing. I just want to say to everybody that writes like so deeply on our comment section, like it really means a lot. It's not just like, it feels so personal and incredible. Even if you agree or disagree with things, like the fact that you take time out of your day to full on write, it feels like essays at times. Like, I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much.
I know that there's no way of doing it on the podcast like Spotify and Apple.
You can rate us and let us know.
But it'd be cool if they could also share. I feel like a lot of people that listen to us there also watch us on YouTube. But for the most part, we're very grateful for everyone that's listened and or watched. And I think I might actually move on with that member thing. I do feel like a lot of people yearn to hear more, about certain topics. Maybe even like today, people are going to put like interesting comments that I want to touch on, I guess it's going to be interesting though. How do we differentiate from what we want to share here versus there? Like, I don't want it to feel... because we share everything we have in our brains now. But then moment. By reading the comments, it'll spur a totally different conversation, right? And so those comments will be replied to in the members only video or whatever. I understand. Yeah. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. Because if it's not, we don't want to do it. True. Plus, we can make them emojis. Make emojis just for members. That's fun. Come on. I wanted to lighten up the mood a little bit towards the end. Bubba, it's good. It's good. Everything's fine. Yeah, you can't force things either. That's true. That's true. All right. So tune in to next Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, that was so loud. That hurt my ears. 6 p.m. It's 4 p.m. 4. Sorry. Damn. My brain's working. I mean, he talked while I was talking, and so, okay. Bye, everyone.